Hey baseball fans, how's it going? Hayden here. And in today's video, I'll be going over my 2021 predictions for Jacob deGrom. So, let's get right into it. So, it is safe to say that any baseball fan can identify the name of Jacob deGrom. He has become a fine wine. At the age of 32, he is only getting better. In my opinion, he is arguably one of the best Mets pitchers in their franchise, and arguably one of the best pitchers in the whole game itself. Jacob deGrom is trying to expand his career and strong legacy to secure a spot in the Hall of Fame, which I think is very possible. But this video is based on how I think he will go into the 2021 MLB season, which definitely will be curious due to the fact that all Major League Baseball teams will be questionable on certain players' performances due to having a limited amount of games. So jumping right into this, we should start with Jacob deGrom's 2019 unbelievable stats, which he had a record of 4-2, an ERA of 2.38, a WHIP of .0596, an FIP of 2.26, 104 strikeouts in 68 innings. These stats are much different than what we will have seen in a full season of deGrom, which would have been stretched out more rather than 60 games. But jumping into today's predictions, my first prediction is based on his main stats, and I believe Jacob deGrom will finish with a record of 15-6, an ERA of 2.32, a WHIP of 1.01, 277 strikeouts in 202 innings pitched. These are appropriate numbers for the GOAT in my opinion. My second prediction on today's video is that I think Jacob deGrom will be the National League Cy Young runner-up. After Jacob deGrom had back-to-back Cy Young Award wins in 2018 and 2019, Jacob deGrom settled for the third place spot in 2020. I don't think too many people cried foul, as Trevor Bauer and Yu Darvish both outpitched him statistically, but of course, as a Mets fan, I wanted him. However, this video is about 2021, and in 2021, I think deGrom climbs up one spot in that Cy Young voter. I don't think he'll be hurt by this, as he already owns 2 trophies, and I do believe voters tend to lean toward handling it over to a new name. It's all things that are equal to deGrom will not get enough voters over the guy. Finishing second in the Cy Young doesn't mean deGrom's season will be a disappointment. I believe he'll still have a great year, even if the end result isn't having a Cy Young trophy in November after the season. So thirdly onto today's video, I have Jacob deGrom's velocity increasing mad time. Jacob deGrom's zone percentage has plummeted as he ranked in the 20th percentile in the zone percentage for starters in 2020, and yet hit and swung at his pitches more than any other starter. But this prediction is based off velocity. Looking at the history of deGrom's velocity, on an average fastball in 2016, it was 93.6 miles per hour, and in 2020, it went up to 98.7 miles per hour in that range. And to top on his fastballs, he has a 4-seamer, a 2-seamer, and a sinker. So the fact that these pitches and these numbers are increasing, especially with age, that makes it even more crazy to think about. Now, the bigger question you may ask is, how does deGrom, a 32-year-old pitcher, have his velocity increase as he's getting older? Wouldn't it make sense as they get older, they get worse and his velocity decreases? Well, I think that comes down to when deGrom was younger, and he didn't start pitching till his junior year in college. Before this, he played as a light-hitting shortstop. However, his limited college finishing experience convinced the Mets to draft them in the 9th round back in 2010. So, of course, having deGrom getting drafted with such a limited amount of pitches thrown, this had the option for less injuries and less foolish mechanics as a younger high school or college student would typically use. But looking at Jacob deGrom's pitches and the velocity in all of them, his fastball tops out at 99 miles per hour. He also has a slider that tops out at 93 miles per hour, a changeup, which tops out at 92 miles per hour, and a curveball that every now and then he uses, which tops out at 84 miles per hour. So, to put things into perspective, these numbers are definitely outdated, most certainly. So, it's very certain that these numbers can be increased by a percentage or so. deGrom's velocity and deep mechanics will be insane to observe and watch this season. Fourthly on today's list, I have Jacob deGrom taking a plane ticket to go to Atlanta for the Midsummer Classic to 2021 in the All-Star Game. We have seen Jacob deGrom in past All-Star games, and he still looks like a pure All-Star when facing some of the best hitters in the league, like we saw him in 2015, 2018, and 2019, where he pitched like a monster. Not only will Jacob deGrom make the All-Star team, but I believe he will be the starting pitcher in the NL. Since the New York Mets have improved their team for motor parts this offseason, this will be very beneficial to Jacob deGrom, as he would have much more wins and his stats would be very different if the Mets bats were alive and able to get him run support. I believe that this will happen this year. I strongly believe that the Mets will be able to get deGrom run support, which is something we don't see very often. The future for the New York Mets is looking great, and who only could lead it but the one and only Jacob deGrom. Alrighty, and that is the end of this video. Please, baseball fans, please let me know in the comments, what do you think Jacob deGrom's 2021 stats will be? And please, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, baseball fans, see ya.